either on Prague Stock Exchange or on the MTF, which was existing in Czech Republic since 90s. We had our competition MTF. We had a special provision in the law, so actually there was a MiFID, pre-MiFID, or 10 years before the MiFID, we already had MTF in Czech Republic, which were holding like 2-3% of the market. Some of the Czech stocks were listed outside of Czech Republic on some other exchanges. Simply 100% of the traffic was on the exchanges. After the MiFID, we estimate that something like 30 to 40% of the trading with the Czech stocks is happening somewhere, we don't know where, at some prices, we don't know which prices, and at some volume, we are not quite sure if the volume is correct. Obviously, asset managers and market team data users don't like it. They're trying to address the European Union with that. I'm a little bit pessimistic of how the European Union will tackle this problem. When I was reading the papers, it's looking like they would like to tackle it in the way that they won't even deepen some changes which they made by the MiFID. They are trying to create new categories of the marketplaces, which I don't understand what is the ratio of that. And I simply think that the aim of the European Union is to create 2-3 big markets in Europe and basically let the small market to die, which I don't really think is a very clever decision or a very good situation. There is some regulatory development also on the side of the post-trading, although much less forced. There are some talks about more interoperability. There is obviously T2S securities prepared for some time in the future. The question is when it's going to be implemented, but I don't think it's a topic of today. It's quite a difficult thing which still have to be discussed. The third major thing I witnessed on the capital markets in the last 3 or maybe like 6 years is increased level of the robotization. When I was coming to the capital markets in 1993, when I was first time in the United States to take the exams there, the floor of New York Stock Exchange were still pretty much working as a marketplace. There were a lot of the people running around, obviously, or at that time they have a lot of the computers, but the trades were done by humans, or at least majority of the trades. Recently we are in a situation that more than 50, I read somewhere 60% of the trading done in the United States is not only executed by algorithms, but it's actually generated by robots, which is sort of like science fiction, you know, already, if you think that the majority of the trading is generated by artificial intelligence. However, it's reality. We cannot do anything about that. It's leading us to the completely new questions. For example, on the last conference I've been visiting, there was a long discussions how to prevent things like the flash crashes in US. That was the event from the May 2 years ago when the wrong human inputted order triggered the robotic orders. They basically went mad and the market went down by 25% within a second. So that was a huge problem, and these problems are starting to appear, and these problems are actually starting to be important also for us as a smaller exchanges. We estimate that something like 20% of our trading is coming from electronic venues. That create a capacity problem for the exchange, because when we firstly hooked up some direct market access machine, we found out that the number of the orders were just multiplied, which were coming to the market. However, 99.99% of the orders were deleted or changed within 1 second. So it actually creates enormous traffic in your lines, in your system, but it creates no revenues for you as an exchange if you don't go to the really huge amounts. If you visit some of the international conferences about the exchanges, there are completely new topics, talking hours about things like collocation. I don't know if you know what they mean by that. It looks really a strange word, but a collocation, they were discussing hours and hours about this. It is how to place your servers as close to stock exchange servers to get the orders there as quickly as possible. So the exchanges, the big exchanges, are renting big halls where they make the servers of their members right in the line, and they guarantee to everybody that the line from their server to the main gateway of the exchange is exactly the same distance, because these high-frequency trading machines, they always claim that they are late, or they cannot be later than the competition, and so on. So there are things which we were never thinking about 5-6 years ago, and they are now arising. This little bit leads me to the ideas, or like brush up the ideas. What is the capital market good for? I was making in the autumn some kind of interview or answering a few questions to Financial Times, and I was pretty provocative when I said these high-frequency trading is like a chewing gum, which sticks on the normal flow of the trading, because that's partly true. This high-frequency trading, although they claim they are making market, they are not the one who are setting the trends. Usually the trends are coming with limit orders from traditional asset managers, and the high-frequency trading is simply taking the prices from these traditional managers and creating much more liquidity around that. After I published that, I received number of studies from professors around the world how good it is to have this high-frequency trading, and a number of studies number of words and mails, how good it was that I raised this topic, because capital markets should think if they are really doing what they should do. And capital markets are here for raising of the capital for corporations. And these high-frequency and electronic trading is really some different story. It's interesting thing, you don't, if you visit an exchange conference, you don't usually see many panels. You see maybe one panel which is talking about the exchange, about the exchanges and their prime aim, what they should do, raising of the capital for industry. You have many panels about MiFIDs, of collocations, of high-frequency trading algorithms, and these kind of ballast, which runs, around, and everybody's trying to make one more penny, But you basically don't see any serious discussion about the topic: are the capital markets now helping industries to raise the capital for further prosperity of the economies?